Hi, my name's Richard Fetherston and I'm the founder of Snowbility and also the Snow Sports Foundation, which is our charity side. So with Snowbility, basically we're in a unique position to be able to handle additional needs students and use snow sports to assist them with their life skills and their development. We class ourselves as inclusive snow sports. We're based out of the Snow Centre in Hemel Hempstead. We have SEN schools who now come in, individual students who come in, and we have about 250 students every month coming in. And we've now got a team of 12 instructors and additional needs instructors. You know, a number of our instructors are autistic, a number of our instructors are deaf, so we use all of our skills to really be able to assist our students. Because obviously when you start as a one-man band, we were very used to having practical information but sitting in a book. I used to have a little notebook, jot down the date of when a session was going to be, the name of the student, maybe what even the student was always wearing. So I'd then put a date next to it for that session, and then I'd put a date next to that date of when the invoice was going to be sent out, and then after a session do an invoice and then send it out and hope that I would then receive the money in. So you've got all of these various factors. It was important to start with to set up something that could be done within seconds, either a session taking place or even during a session, going up on the lift. You know, maybe I can do some notes on the previous run that we've just done as to what they've done, so that we can have joined up thinking for the student, and then suddenly the next session was another instructor. We needed to know that that was going to be joined up. You need to be able to allow certain people within your organisation to be able to access various bits of information. So that initial assessment form is filled in by the parent or the carer of our student to give us information which allows us to have an understanding of that student's sensory situation, maybe their additional needs situation. What we don't want to do is to allow that to ever be changed. So we needed to have a set up and a system which allowed that to be able to take place and permissions to be able to be given. Basically, I wanted it to be set up like my brain works. Prime example would be if a student normally comes in with their mother. So I know their mum's called Annie. Suddenly in 2 weeks' time when we have the next session, Joshie comes in, but with dad. So what I needed is to be able to pull my phone out of my pocket, look at that screen and know what dad is called. We needed a system where an SMS could be sent or an email could be sent, so that I would then receive an email or a text message literally the day before saying, right, you've got 5 lessons tomorrow, this is your first lesson, this is the details, this is their additional needs, make sure that you're there. And we need to do that for instructors, but also very specifically for the carers and the parents. They've got plenty of stuff going on in their lives to have to worry about whether we've reminded them or not. You know, there's always something else. It is continuous development and always will be. Key areas we developed is our ski matrix, which is for our students. If you imagine coming in, getting out of the car, coming and getting your equipment on and your boots and skis on, that will be thought of as maybe 4 different steps. But for an additional needs student, that is 20 different things. And each one of those things is like a little Everest that they have to go through. So what we have is we have a matrix that we use. So if it's getting a pair of boots on, what we're interested in is how independently they can get their boots on. But we want them to be able to achieve. So we have this matrix score out of 400 for every single student, and that's made up of 8 different sections with 10 parts of each section. We have 5 different Yeti badges, and each Yeti badge is a different colour, which go through green, orange, purple, and then our rainbow colour, which is the award that an instructor can give for any particular reason, but where somebody has really achieved something. They're just so excited to be able to receive anything which is theirs. You know, we're probably dealing with 10 schools a week, but we want to deal with 20 schools a week. So the app allows us to be able to handle that without it becoming an administrative nightmare. Zoho Creator app that Bernard and Beacon Cloud have developed is basically the lifeblood of our business.
My name is Bernard McLeod. I am the owner of Beacon Cloud Technology Limited. We are an authorised Zoho partner. We've been a Zoho partner since 2013. We do a lot of work, a lot of development work with Zoho Creator, and we develop solutions based on the Zoho platforms for clients across the UK and beyond. Richard approached us a number of years ago. So in one sense, we're dealing with two separate and distinct clients here. Snowbility is providing skiing and snowboarding lessons. The second organization is called the Snow Sports Foundation. This is a charity. It's a source of funding that may be used for skiing and snowboarding lessons, but may also be used for other purposes. We've kept these deliberately separate. They're on separate platforms, separate instances of Zoho Creator, and they have very different purposes. So for example, the Snow Sports Foundation allows people to apply for these grants. It allows both individuals and organizations to apply for grants, and also tracks charitable organizations that are providing funding or are interested in providing funding. And of course, and critically important for the Snow Sports Foundation, we can provide reports, readily generate reports that show progress, success, and in essence, where your money is going. With the Snowbility application, we wanted to scale that business, wanted to make that business more organized, more structured, and more efficient. After completing several discussions with Richard, we realized that what Snowbility is doing is quite different from a classic office-based setup, because for the most part, we're on a ski slope. So we wanted a tool that would allow the instructors to both know the profiles of their students and also enter grading information, scores information as the lessons progressed, and to be able to do all of that in real time. Zoho Creator's mobile interface is really ideal for that type of application. Much more appropriate than, say, a traditional CRM, customer opportunity type model, which really didn't fit what we were trying to do here. Zoho Creator is a low-code development platform, so it's a very fast turnaround cycle, which allows you to be very productive and allows you to be very engaged with your client. So I think the versatility and the adaptability and the speed with which we can build applications is a really powerful driver for Zoho Creator. Zoho Creator, as well as being a very powerful platform of itself, is very readily adapted for integration with third-party systems. We're using several in this particular application. So for instance, Snowbility uses QuickBooks as its finance package, so we automatically generate invoices and so on directly from Zoho Creator. We integrate with SMS platforms in order to send alert messages to parents and guardians. Also, Zoho Creator having open APIs means it's very easy to share both inbound and outbound data with third-party applications as we need to do so. As you know, the COVID pandemic began in March of 2020, and Richard and his team approached us with the need for a very different delivery model. It was no longer possible to provide in-person skiing sessions, and we had to adapt to more of a virtual classroom type delivery. We were able to modify and enhance the Creator application in order to meet those requirements, and the flexibility and adaptability of Creator enabled us to do so in quite a short period of time. In January of 2023, Zoho gave us the Tech Star in Sports Management Award for the Snowbility application. This was a great honor, and we were very privileged to be recognized by Zoho Corporation, no matter what direction any of our clients wished to take moving forward. We have very strong confidence that Zoho Creator can deliver that functionality, can adapt and enhance so that it's useful not just today, but useful for the foreseeable future.
I'm Gina Nicholson. My son is part of the Snowbility team. He's an ambassador. He's been coming for nearly 10 years now. Without sounding a little bit of a cliche, it's changed his world. Yes, he can ski now, which is something on paper he should never be doing with his Sturge-Weber and Klippel-Tenori syndrome. So it's beyond anything he could ever, imagine doing. It's affected him mentally, physically, spiritually, on every single level. But also it's really important for him because he has facial differences as well. The people tend to judge him when they first see him. So here it's about the normality, putting on his gloves and his helmet, and he's cooler than everybody else. The understanding, the patience is just wonderful.
I'm Karen, mum to Harry, who's now 14. So when Harry started skiing, he was 4. The diagnosis was that he would never speak and that he would probably never be independent, he would never be continent or anything like that. We had tried a million different things. Everything had failed. Everything had failed. He didn't speak, he was completely non-verbal at that time. I saw a sign for Snowbility and thought, got nothing to lose. So we came, he met Richard, and he loved it. From the minute he stepped out on that slope, it's just been a game changer. He's rewarded for the things he can do, for the progress he does make. His plan will be to be a ski instructor. I'm not sure what we would do without it, to be honest.
The impact that the software and Zoho and the way that Beacon Cloud have helped us develop our sort of processes, well, it's been life-changing for us, but also not just Snowbility, but for our charity. Because the charity are using, Snow Sports Foundation are using Creator as well to be able to manage schools, manage funding documents, manage applications, managing money, making a difference to the students who are coming to them and asking for assistance and asking for help. The key thing is reporting. So when somebody comes in here, we do some sessions, we then track exactly how they've done. So we track that whole experience for them. What the funders need to know is they need to know what that experience is and how it's affected not only that student, but also the family, mums and dads, carers, schools, SEN schools. And the software runs that. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have any reporting and therefore we wouldn't be generating the funding. So having Zoho Creator involved directly affects the amount of funding that we get. So our relationship with Bernard, he's not external, he's as in-house as everybody else is, and part of our team and part of really being able to come up with solutions to situations that we see happening on a regular basis. To have somebody that can understand how all of these things can be integrated together is just imperative.